thank you. On a cold night at the foot of the Rockies, EA Sports coverage of the NFL takes us to Empower Field at Mile High in Denver, Colorado. Tonight, we wrap up the first 13 weeks of the season with a good Monday nighter between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Denver Broncos. And off we go from Denver. And you combine a big leg with a mile-high air, there's the outcome. This will sail out of the end zone for a touchback.
Very big power.
They go play action now. Wilson steps away to his left. He's got a man complete. And he will step out of bounds here inside the 30. A huge play there right off the bat. 47 yards. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. The first carry now. This is Williams. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Javonte Williams. That's his 19th rushing touchdown of the year. And the Broncos go down the field in just 2 plays to take the early lead. Extra point from McManus is good. And it's now a 7-0 game. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. Take it in at the 3. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
Here we go.
Burrow going to lead up the Bengals here. 1st and 10 at their own 26. Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. The opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. They're passing here. Joe Burrow. This goes out wide from Mixon. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. They'll get 14 on that one. Good for a Bengal first down.
Well, he was a busy man out of the backfield a week ago. They got the ball early and often. I have no doubt in my mind that he'll be a big part of the game plan here as well.
Gotta go.
Throwing now, Burrow on 1st down. Man open, that's Ja'Marr Chase complete. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 42-yard line. Burrow will throw. Forced out to his left. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. He's got it. Touchdown, Bengals. Well, go ahead and strap in, partner. Less than 2 minutes in, had the score on the one side. A quick answer, though, to get the equalizer.
Sometimes you get that sense of urgency that ratchets up, right? When you give up an early touchdown like that, you just know you're like, okay, how do we go back and equalize things? Can we get it done fast? And they absolutely did. Essentially, we're back to even, aren't we?
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. As the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. Sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not that simple because we don't just make adjustments at halftime. If you're a good football team, you spend that time on the sideline, you study what's on the notes and the tablets, and you make those adjustments, prevent a repeat of the last drive. Series to series, the best teams, that's how they get it done.
And we'll find out here soon enough whether those adjustments are enough defensively. 9 good yards there on the run, and now 3rd down. Well, this defense for the Bengals, they were very solid last week in the victory over Baltimore.
And I think our statistician, we ended up having to bring the blue tent and put it around him for a while because he was developing a hand injury from having to write down all the turnovers this team forced. 5, 6, 7, 8. absolutely unbelievable. I hope they'll recover.
Now a shot taken on third down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
Almost feels like anything you can do, we're going to try and match or do better. We've already seen one touchdown pass from the opposition. They tried to equal it on that throw.
They'll send this away into the Rocky Mountain night, and it's a good one. Mostert hit, and he drops the ball. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line.
I feel like you and I could be in our backyard with our dads right now. What did they always say when they were throwing us the ball? Look it all the way in. Make sure you secure it. That had the feeling of not happening there on that play, that he didn't have full control of the ball.
When that punch coming in, I don't have a return punch, but I would imagine it's tough to monitor those guys coming full steam ahead. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Javonte Williams. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Broncos have moved out in front. McManus's point after is good, and that makes the score 14-7. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. Taken in at the 3. And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
Here we go.
The Bengals drive about to get going. The football changing hands here, and as this offense takes the field, Charles, they'd be fine with more of the same on this upcoming drive. Last time out, they found the end zone for 6.
And they're certainly hoping for more of the same, but the game plan, I doubt it'll just be a carbon copy of the last drive, because I think this offense is ready to break out some new wrinkles and try some new things that might be hidden in their playbook. They want to use that confidence to its advantage, but also keeping the defense from anticipating what's up next.
11 empty.
Burrow bats it forward. It's a jet sweep. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. 12 yards that time and a Cincinnati first down.
Here we go. 12.
From midfield now, Burrow finding Mixon here again on back-to-back plays. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35.
My goodness, they've come out locked in on this drive. Play calling, execution, they are fully in sync.
Here we go.
3 straight passes, 3 first downs. They're moving the ball downfield almost at will. This defense really struggling to find answers.
11.
Throwing again, it's Burrow. Touchdown, Bengals. Tyler Boyd. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Bengals are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And we are tied at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive.
Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
They run it again with Williams. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 47 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Up the middle, it's Williams. And he's got some space here. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. That good for 22 on a first down. These two teams all tied after one. Now a first down carry. It's Williams. And a pretty good run there as he gets 7 down to the 33. A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Now Williams running left. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. The Broncos at 9-2 to start play. Well, they were losers last time out, trying to turn things around here in this one.
And it always helps to have the home crowd behind you, giving you encouragement as long as you give them something good to cheer about. So you know they just want to come out and play well for their faithful, and I expect them to do just that.
Spun away from one tackler, but really nowhere to go after that as they stop him right around the line of scrimmage.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Now they'll throw it with Wilson. Steps away. And he will find his man Sutton. That's complete. And he'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark him down at the 9. They'll try and run. This is Williams. And he'll take this from the 9 down to about the 7.
The yards may start getting a little tougher to come by down here near the goal line. That's good work defensively there on first down, holding them to a short gain.
The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal. Williams will try again. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming. They went with the run-pass option, and I don't know if the option really mattered there because the defense was ready.
So many times you put the defense at a disadvantage because you have those multiple options, but when they read their keys and play it correctly, sometimes the result goes in their favor.
On 3rd and goal, Wilson. And this is caught for a Bronco touchdown. Russell Wilson with 2 first-half touchdown passes as his guys have now moved out in front. Extra point from McManus is good. And the lead is now 21-14. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Here we go.
The Bengals drive about to get going. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now. But let's face it, all of our friends who play fantasy, they're enjoying the heck out of this show because most of them are creating and getting a bunch of points.
Yeah, points certainly not at a premium here.
And see, you look at this defense, what kind of pressure are they under trying to stop a team that has won 5 games in a row?
Well, to me, it makes their job harder because you know you're going up against an offense that's playing at an elite level, and sometimes you can get too caught up in trying to play the perfect game. You're trying to be too precise, too fine, instead of just letting it rip. And I think that's more the priority than trying to be absolutely perfect.
And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled.
11-90.
Mixon with a first down carry.
Finding room at midfield. And a pretty good burst there as he'll get this across midfield and down to the 46.
Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. Good push up front and that run in between the tackles.
Let's play the leverage game here. Offensive line just got lower than the defensive front, and they were able to get their pads on them and move them backwards and create space for their running back to roam.
Back to Mixon on first down. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. That good for 19 and a first down. Interior of that line blocked really well on that run, but also the 2 tight ends, they blocked well too.
Not only have they scouted the line of scrimmage, with their agility, they can get upfield and hit moving targets like linebackers, defensive backs. They do a really good job helping out the running game.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football.
So from inside the 20, here's first and 10 at the 18. Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here.
And they'll get him down right around the 16.
Second and 8 coming up.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. A yard in the wrong direction makes third down tougher. Third down and 9.
Have to give credit for a nice play there, but also have to look at it as a blown assignment. He became a free runner that turned into a free hitter.
Now play number 8 on this drive, and they need 9 yards to pick up the first on third.
12.
This time Burrow will look to throw. And this is going to be incomplete.
I think that was a good job there defensively. They did allow him to drive all the way downfield, but once they got their backs to the goal line, they really turned up the pressure.
Yeah, they let him get all the way down here. Now the field shrinks. They've struggled to convert, and then last incompletion brings up fourth.
McPherson's kick is good. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
So after the made field goal, here's McPherson to send this one away. From just inside the 20, a short kick. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And just inside of a minute left, Charles. They got a pretty long field ahead of them. I'm curious to see how they play this, but you would think definitely enough time to at least try to get 3 out of this.
Yeah, you want to move with a nice sense of pace. You want to up the tempo a little bit, but you have to do it with some poise as well. You don't want to go so fast that you hurry yourself into mistakes. There's enough time to put points on the board if they do it right.
And even though they have the lead, you know that they would love to extend this lead before heading to the locker room.
Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. From midfield now, here's Wilson.
He's got his tight end. It's Albert Okwuegbunam. And he's going to have a first down here as they're also into field goal range at the 28.
Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Throwing now, Wilson on first down.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Trey Flowers picks it. And the Bengals are going to take possession here at their own 16-yard line.
It's almost like you can see the look of frustration on his face. 4 interceptions last week. We talked about it all week. What did he do wrong? And another one here in the first half.
And you can understand the frustration. You actually feel his pain a little bit. But the worst thing he can do is what you're saying right now, showing the other team that he's frustrated. All they're going to do is double their efforts to make him even more frustrated. He's got to gather himself, compose himself, and keep fighting.
Well, he talked a lot about erasing that loss last week, getting back in the win column. We'll see how he responds.
Here we go.
And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter.
11 MP, hey! 11 MP.
Final play of the half for Burrow and company. And this will be incomplete. 1 second left to go. The tight end, Max Williams, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up second down.
But that's a defense coordinator's got to be happy with that result. They took away all options downfield and forced the incompletion.
11 mighty.
They'll throw now on the final play. Going up top. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down. So we are at halftime here on a Monday night. As now we send you out to Orlando and hook back up with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. It's been a shootout so far. We'll see which defense can make the adjustments as we get back underway in the second half. This one taken just inside the 10. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. The Bengals drive about to get going.
Well, Charles, in that first half, we saw a fair amount of offense on both sides of the football, and now the team trailing here will start with it in the third quarter.
And we both know this coach pretty darn well, don't we? Because his game planning is always on point. And now that he's getting the ball to start the second half, how about all the offense that you already referenced in the first half? He'll put that all together and come out with something really strong, I believe, to get things going here in the third quarter.
11.
Now on second and 16, Burrow. He's going to go for a big play downfield. He's got a man, complete.
And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line. If there was one knock on Joe Burrow coming out of LSU, it was arm strength, but kind of put those doubts to rest right there.
From the red zone now, here's Burrow, first down. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
This is where good coaching and execution come into play, because down this close, you absolutely don't want to turn it over. Good job keeping that in mind as he escaped, bought time, and decided throwing it away was his best option.
After the incompletion, here's second and 10 from the 20. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. Touchdown! Tyler Boyd, his third touchdown of the game, number 9 on the season. And the Bengals have taken the lead as they go right down the field and score on the opening drive of the second half. Extra point by McPherson, up and good, and that gives them a 3-point lead. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Yeah, that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And, Charles, it feels like we're set up for a good second half here. Came out of the locker room, one-score game. Now the lead has already changed hands. Well, this offense, they've got an opportunity right now to take that lead right back.
Yeah, and it feels like you're going back and forth, almost a little bit like a tennis match, right? And we're just already know our heads just keep moving. Which side has it? Which side's going to score? How are they going to go out doing it? A little bit of a challenge for each side, trying to match each other.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Again, it's Williams. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure you're back. You spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Now a give up the middle to Williams. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. 104 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night. The busy night continues for Williams. And he's got this down to the 35. So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. Now a handoff. Here's Williams. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
Only a gain of a yard, but that's all they needed.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the 1st down. But sometimes you just don't want break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the 1st down. That's exactly what they did.
And this is incomplete. Oh, that looked like a sure 6 points. But he could not get that to stick, and that is a golden opportunity wasted there.
Understanding he's just down 1 possession, trying to make something happen by extending the play, but the coverage downfield was excellent. He escaped and bought some time, but that one goes incomplete.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Trey Flowers picks it. There he goes left side. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 for a Bengals TD.
So what a turn of events there. You're driving to take the lead in this 3rd quarter, but then one mistake, and you're watching the ball being returned for a touchdown.
Certainly a great example of how focus has to be there on every play, doesn't it, partner? You can't get complacent, and I think that he did. He's got him moving downfield, but that's a play where he just shouldn't have thrown the football, and that ultimately could wind up costing him the ball game.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right, throw it out the window. Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Wilson.
That's complete. It's Okwuegbunam. And they'll work this down inside the 30.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
Williams going to get it again on 2nd down.
And he is going to be close to a 1st down as the tackle made at the Bengals' 20-yard line.
141 yards rushing for him now as his big night continues.
Okay, he didn't break that one all the way, but you got to know that he feels like he's right on the verge, and that's probably exactly what he's telling him in the huddle right now.
On third down, Collier. And he will have the first down before he's tackled at the 12. They try the left side here with Williams. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Play action. It's Wilson. Sutton reeling it in on the left side. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. A couple of veterans, Wilson to Sutton there for the Bronco first. Williams will score. Touchdown, Broncos. So how about that for an answer? They get the touchdown there, and it's back to a one-score game here in the fourth.
And that's what these guys have done all game long because they've scratched and slashed their way to stay in this game. And by now, we should all realize they're not going away. Now the pressure again swings to their defense because they're going to need to find some way to get the ball back. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
Here we go.
The Bengals drive about to get going. Their lead back down to one score after the touchdown a moment ago. First down's a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. Justin Simmons up from his safety spot to make the tackle. I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
And they come with a jet sweep here as Burrow just taps that forward. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. So that's going to be a nice one for the passing stats. So that's how it will go down in the stat sheet. But the success of that play, no doubt, all thanks to the talents of the wideout.
Oh, he was definitely the recipient of good blocking as well, especially at the line of scrimmage. And once he got around the corner, you got the sense that no one was going to get him. Really nice ball handling, too, in order to get it to him.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Well, that last touchdown we just saw, what an important one. Now it's back to a 2-score deficit for this crew as they take the field here, and they are in desperate need of finding the end zone. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. First down yardage on the first play of the drive, give him 14. Now it's Wilson. Eluding the pressure right. He's airing it out for Williams. It's caught inside the 25. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10.
That's where having a mobile quarterback really pays dividends because that old school stand in the pocket, make your throw guy, he doesn't make that play.
In addition to the mobility, how about his eyes? Just kept them downfield, locked on the target, created a big play out of it.
Didn't matter the chaos around him. He still found his guy.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Well, sometimes an incompletion is the right play. And he showed that he's learned from his earlier interception on that throw. Instead of forcing it, he just tossed it away.
On second down, Williams. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a third down.
He's having a big game running the football, but that one will hurt the yards per carry a little bit.
Yeah, but the average he's got so far, that's the type of average he wants to take with him to contract negotiations, doesn't he?
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick.
And the Bengals are going to take over at their own 11-yard line.
That is now seven interceptions between last week and this week. 3 in this game, 4 a week ago.
And I saw the head coach write on his play sheet, make a little note. I hope he's writing self-scout. Bring in the guys that scout games for you with a different eye and watch him and see what's going on, and maybe they can pick up what the flaws are, and hopefully they can correct them.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. You know, I was going to ask you if maybe they should surprise and pass the ball, but where they're at on the field, I think keep it on the ground, right?
I like where you're going with this one because field position is going to determine these play calls. And backed up where they are, I don't even think about putting the ball in the air. I tell my running backs, grasp the football, and I tell my offensive line, don't allow any leaks so they get hit immediately when we hand it off.
Burrow bats it forward. It's a jet sweep.
And he'll get this one up to about his 14. And now a timeout taken here defensively with 2:07 remaining. So they'll also have the stop coming up at the 2-minute warning. On third down, Burrow.
And that's caught one more time by Boyd. And he's got a first down as he's going to be taken down. But a very nice pickup there just in front of the 2-minute warning.
Here we go, here we go.
They try to eat some clock with Mixon. And he's got room. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44.
59 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
A pair of first downs gives him a 1st and 10 up at the 44. Again, it's Mixon. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll get it with just over 90 seconds to go in the ball game. Another running situation on the doorstep as they come up 2nd and 10.
Burrow going to give this to Mixon.
They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. Now a timeout called for by the defense as they'll get it with just under 90 seconds remaining. Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4.
They'll go with a touch pass here, trying to pick it up. And a pretty athletic run right there as he's going to get this down inside the 40.
It's a Bengal first down, a pickup on 11. Inside handoff to Mixon. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Here we go. Here we go.
So he'll take a knee here to wrap this one up, and he's going to want to keep that game ball. He was sensational.
Well, somebody lit a